Gentlemen, welcome back to Becoming a Better Man. I'm Eli, and today I have a very comical yet very interesting story regarding a gentleman in his 20s that made a Reddit posting stating that he's no longer sexually attracted to, or he's not attracted to his girlfriend sexually, which is what I'm trying to say, and what should he do? And he's been with this woman for 2 years. And out of those 2 years, he's been living with her for about 1 year. And it just makes me wonder, why would any guy be with a woman for 2 years, or any woman be with a man for 2 years, if they weren't sexually attracted to each other? I'm thinking what may have happened is maybe he was sexually attracted to his girlfriend initially, and then maybe she became a bit complacent. Maybe she settled into the relationship and, got a little too comfortable, and maybe stopped working out, stopped eating right, and maybe put on some weight. And maybe now he's no longer sexually attracted to her. But let's go on over to the browser screen and let's check out this Reddit posting and see what was stated. Give me just a second here. Let's switch on over. All right, this is from the subreddit Relationships Advice, and the original poster states, "I'm not sexually attracted to my girlfriend, my GF. What do I do?" So the original poster writes, "What's cracking, folks?" What's cracking, folks? What's up? What's cracking? Let's hook up. Sup? What's cracking, folks? Yeah, I'm supposed to take this seriously. And the guy starts off his posting asking, what should he do because he's not sexually attracted to his GF, his girlfriend. And he starts off by saying, "What's cracking, folks?" What's happened to our grammar and spelling, and what's happened to our literacy in our world? I mean, no disrespect, but for Christ's sake. Need some advice if anyone cares to lend some. Sounds like you're a bit insecure, bro, because there are plenty of people that will give you advice on Reddit, bro. I'll even give you advice. Mid-20s male, been with my girl for a little over 2 years, and we've lived together for a year, maybe. Okay, you don't even know how long it's been? A year, maybe? Okay. Maybe, every day feels like a year to you, man, and you just want to get out. However, recently I'm staying in another place because I felt like I've needed some time away. Okay, well, why have you needed some time away? If you're just not that attracted to her, you got to find a way to say, hey, it's not working out, and you guys, maybe end your lease or stay together through the lease and then move out. But maybe, because you pulled away from her, maybe she's getting annoyed and is wondering what's going on. And maybe you don't want to hurt her feelings by telling her the truth. So instead of telling her the truth, you just leave and go somewhere else. That's not the mature, manly thing to do, bro. When we are with each other, everything is lovely. I love her, share a special bond, and have grown as a person because of her. So it sounds like this woman fixed you. And now that you're fixed, you don't need her anymore. Maybe you were with her initially just because she gave you the nurturing love that maybe your mother didn't give you. And she helped you work through some traumatic issues that probably stem back to your childhood. But you were never really that into her. You were using her as a therapist, it sounds like, bro. That's horrible. But I'm just not sexually attracted to her anymore. So there are many reasons you may have been sexually attracted to her initially. It could have been because she helped you work through some, unresolved issues stemming back to your childhood. Maybe she was in better shape when you first met her, and now she's, gotten really comfortable and stopped taking care of herself. Stopped taking care of herself is what I'm trying to say, and started to gain some weight. But let's see. Let's read on. I haven't really wanted to have sex with her. She even offers BJs and everything, and I'm not really interested. Well, wow, dude. Why'd you get with her in the first place? It must be incredibly painful for her, and I feel terrible for it. Well, it sounds like you're very grateful for, what she did to help you work through some issues. Sounds like she was your therapist, and it sounds like you feel like you owe her, but, you just don't feel it for her. Maybe you never did. Maybe you finally worked through your issues, like I said earlier, and now you don't need her help anymore, but you just don't want to hurt her. I get that. I can understand, the situation you're in, but I really can't help how I feel in that department. What do I do? In my opinion, bro, you got to let her know immediately. And I don't know if you both are on the lease. If it's just you on the lease, then, you need to ask her to leave. Um, if it's just her on the lease, then you need to leave. And you both need to separate. This is just not healthy. I know why you're, staying with her or prolonging the process because you feel like you owe her something. She helped you work through something. And that's what happens with a lot of people nowadays is that one side has traumatic issues. The other side is a good person and just loves helping people. And maybe that's how this woman is. She's probably a very kind, caring, and considerate person to everyone. And she loves helping people. And she was, helping you work through some things because at the same time, she was hoping it would, fix those issues and then you would end up being with her. Well, those things never work. Those things never work. So, unless there's a large spark of sexual attraction, unless there's something beyond that, being someone's therapist is typically never going to attract them in most cases. But let's see what the comment section says there. You could be suffering from low testosterone. No, he's not suffering from low testosterone. He's suffering from a lack of attraction, physical attraction. It was never there. She came into his life in a time where he needed someone that provided what she provided. In essence, he took advantage of her in ways that many women take advantage of men. He used her for something outside of the relationship, but stayed in the relationship with her because that made her feel comfortable to help him out, right? She probably wouldn't have helped him out if, he wasn't in a relationship with her. Now he's got what he wants. He's probably feeling better about himself. And basically, in essence, it sounds like she fixed him. And because of that, he just wants to get up and go and find somebody that he's more attracted to. Or in my opinion, your love has matured from the passion love or the honeymoon phase type love to a mature husband and wife style love that you could be overreacting to. But that's just my opinion. No, he sees her as a friend. He sees her as someone that helped him get through a rough time. He sees her as probably a mother replacement because his mother probably wasn't there for him most of the time, or maybe he didn't have his biological mother, or he just didn't get enough nurturing love from the mother figure he had, and he got it from her. And now that he finally got that, it put him in a better place emotionally and mentally. And now he's thinking probably clearly, and he's like, okay, well, this is why I was with her. I realized I was with her for her therapy services, not for a girlfriend. How do you test for low testosterone? Blood test at your doctor? Yes. This guy does not have low T in his mid-20s. You guys are. This is what happens when you have young, inexperienced men trying to help out a guy when they lack experience themselves. Stop watching porn and masturbating. Once you eliminate your easy fix to satisfy your libido, then your desire to copulate with her will return. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you watch porn or not, or if you masturbate or not. If you're with someone that you really care for and you're attracted to, you're always going to want to be intimate with them, even if when you're not with them, you masturbate every now and then. But also at the same time, if you're with someone that you really feel it for, you're not going to feel the need to watch porn and or masturbate when you're not around them. How did you get to the conclusion that porn is the problem? And look at what this person writes. This is pathetic. I think it's a woman. Because statistically it is. There is ample evidence that porn causes ED and all sorts of sexual dysfunction in relationships. Nope. People will resort to porn and other, provocative pictures to masturbate to when they don't feel satisfied in their current relationship, right? And that's the only reason why. I mean, it's not about ED, especially at 25 years old. Come on, this is horrible advice. But as evidenced by the comment below, me being downloaded for no reason, people are incredibly defensive of it because of how common it is. I only know a few men that don't watch porn, ergo, it is a logical conclusion that original poster watches porn, and it definitely contributes to this issue. We don't know if he does or doesn't. He didn't mention that, but that has nothing to do with why he's feeling the way he's feeling. So, original poster, I would recommend a break from pornography and couples therapy because even if porn is not related, sometimes it helps to have a neutral third party to open up the conversation. If you love her, sex is not worth throwing that relationship away, so hopefully you can work together to fix it so you're both satisfied. He's probably, he probably just looks at her as a friend, as a therapist, like a therapist type of friend. That's it. She helped him get through a rough emotional time in his life. That's it. There's nothing else there. Wrong advice, bad advice. Right on, I agree. And while I don't think porn is the inciting factor, it isn't. It has nothing to do with this. In this case, I still think it is the right move avoiding it. Why are we even talking about porn when he hasn't even mentioned it? You guys are assuming things. You guys and gals are assuming things. That's horrible. I've never been a big porn watcher, and when you have a GF that wants to have sex all the time, there's even less of a desire. That's not true. If you're really into her, that's not true. But as my sexual attraction to her waned, I gradually looked to porn for gratification instead, and this, in turn, has likely worsened the original issue. Keep in mind, though, I don't have a particularly aggressive libido in the first place, so I don't feel that desire all that often. That's because the person you're with doesn't make you feel that desire. It's all about how attracted you are to your partner. Jesus Christ, this is horrible. In any case, I'll drop that shit for a good month at least. Let's see what changes. It is up lately, so dropping it will make a difference even if it doesn't change the way I feel about the situation. If the solution ends up being that simple, that would be wicked. Let's see here. Let's go to some actual comments here. Hey, what's the reason you're not into her anymore? Is it her behavior, her personality? Has she gained or lost loads of weight? Is it a particular thing she does that puts you off? What's the reason for this sudden loss of attraction? I agree. Great questions. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Those are the questions that should be asked. Those are the questions I asked. Let's read that one more time. Okay. What's the reason you're not in her anymore? Is it her behavior? Well, if he's been withdrawing sex from her, which is what I'm trying to say, she's going to be behaving erratically. Her personality, that could be it. Maybe she has, a lot of emotional moments. Maybe she has a lot of unresolved issues, but it sounds like in this case, she was more of his therapist. Has she gained or lost loads of weight? She probably gained a decent amount of weight, and he probably lost attraction for her. If he's been with her for 2 years, living with her for 1, come on, no guy's going to move in with a woman they're not attracted to. Come on. Unless, they needed someone to pay half the rent or something like that. But who knows? This guy is not sharing enough information. We're all assuming here. Is it a particular thing she does that puts you off? What's the reason for this sudden loss of attraction? Honestly, I can't place anything in particular. It is not so sudden. It's happened over 6 months, maybe. That's a deleted user. I'm wondering if that was the original poster. If sex is the only thing that stops you from being with her, you must talk to her and let her know so that you and her can move on with your lives. You cannot keep putting her into a bad headspace, and himself as well. Do not waste any more of her time or yours. I agree. Staying in a relationship with someone you're not sexually attracted to is very harmful and dangerous. You both are young, and by letting her go, you both will find what makes you happy. I think he has an emotional attachment to her that's non-sexual. I think she was like a therapist type of figure to him that helped him work through some, traumatizing emotional issues that probably stem back to his childhood. And she was probably like a mother replacement. And he probably looks at her as, like a mother figure that he never had. Hence why, he's probably not feeling the attraction. Maybe she's actually pretty cute. I'd like to see a picture of her so we can all decide for ourselves. This is the same guy who started off his response by saying, "What's cracking, folks? Come on. What's cracking? Come on, dude." Yeah, I think this is the original poster, but it looks like he deleted his account or something. I'm hoping there will be a change I can make or a revelation incoming that will help us in keeping it together, because outside of the sex issue, it is great. But yes, I agree. If I fail to find a solution, it's better to split, although I don't feel anyone is wasting time here. Her and I would both like to keep seeing each other. So if it ends up that there's something I can do or something I need to deal with inside that ends up changing things, then that's the time. Then that's time well spent. Okay. Yeah, it kind of sounds like this guy is having a hard time letting her go, because it sounds like she satisfies him emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And it sounds like she's, helped him resolve some traumatizing things that he dealt with stemming back to his childhood. But that's not a good enough reason. It's not a good reason to, keep someone around, right? He feels kind of guilty. He feels like he owes her, right? I mean, if you're not feeling the sexual chemistry and you can't have constant sex in a relationship, it's just not meant to be. I'm sorry to say so. That's the way it goes. I couldn't stay in a relationship if I was not sexually attracted to them. I agree. Big round of applause. I mean, that's the bottom line. But people stay in relationships longer nowadays because of the fact that they've gotten something else from them, or the other person provided something, and they're grateful for that, but they're just not feeling the sexual attraction, and they don't want to hurt that person, or they don't want that person to feel like they were taken advantage of. I can understand it. It's a tough thing, but he's got to let her go if he's not feeling it sexually. He's got to let her go. You need to figure out why. But if you're feeling this way now, figuring out why might not make a difference. I think you love the idea of her, but you probably aren't in love with her. Well, like I said, he likes everything about her except the romantic aspect of it. He sees her as a good friend, like he would see a guy friend. Yeah, it's just not going to work. Not going to work. There's nothing wrong with you. Do not blame yourself. Just move forward. Well, I wouldn't say there's nothing wrong with him. I think he definitely either had or still has some unresolved issues. And it seems like she helped him work through many of those issues. But at the end of the day, I just don't think he ever was really physically attracted to her. I think he did to her what many women do to men. I think he used her for emotional support. When she moved in, I think he used her to pay half the rent. And now maybe he's in a better position financially, and maybe he's feeling a little better emotionally, and maybe he feels like there's no more value she brings to his life, so now he's just not feeling it anymore. But he doesn't know how to tell her because he doesn't want her to feel like he took advantage of her, which the truth of the matter is he actually did. He just needs to let her know and move on. Cut your losses now. The longer you wait to cut your losses here, the harder it's going to be to do it. The more emotionally charged she's going to be and upset she's going to be the longer you wait. You got to get it done. Well, it only took a couple of years to figure out that's what's Sorry, let's read that again. Well, it only took a couple of years to figure out that's what happens in a relationship. That's not what always happens in a relationship. That just happened here because it was never meant to be in the first place. And he knew it. Okay? Maybe he played it off like he was in a good place for a relationship to, get her in the door and get her emotionally attached. But once she got emotionally attached and he started showing his true colors, she tried to fix him. And maybe she kind of did fix him. But that's not a good enough reason to stay in a relationship. It sounds like this guy has the issues, not the woman, in my opinion. You folks are looking at this all wrong. If that's the important thing, then move on before you make her insecure. Women are already naturally at a normal level insecure. I don't think, from what this guy is saying, I don't think this woman is being insecure. I think this woman was a great support structure to him. I think this guy is insecure and has unresolved issues. But you folks are seeing this backwards because you don't have the experience of 47, almost 48 years like I have. So that is that. All right, folks. That was a nice little quick Reddit posting to go over. I hope you folks learned something here today. Let's go back over to full screen and wrap this up. All right, please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.